I'm hungry. Sorry, I'm so hungry.
Alright, hold this piece to the bottom and let's see
Right.
how tall. But hold it towards the middle. So. Hey guys, it's Ty. I'm the STEM coordinator at the Boys and Girls Club of Chicopee. And as you guys know, we are rolling out our new program, the Cyber Clubhouse, where we will be posting YouTube videos every week for you guys to interact with us and play along and maybe win some cool prizes and things like that. So, this is the first video on the channel, and what we will be doing today is a STEM project. And I have a special guest with me, so stay tuned. And today my special guest is...
Hi guys.
Janaya. Alright, so today's project, we're going to be making towers out of items that you can find in your kitchen. So let's see what we have on the chopping block. 3, 2, 1. Our first item that we'll be working with is a tray. Next item,
We have a nice crock pot for all your slow cooked meals.
since 1873. Next up, we got some chickpeas, not chickpeas, for these.
And we got a lot of them too.
Next up, we have some coffee mugs.
And we have oats.
Oatmeal, Quaker Oats. We do not sponsor them.
We do not sponsor.
After that, we have everyday Walmart, Dollar Tree plastic cups.
Along with Dollar Tree and Walmart, styrofoam bowls.
After that, we have some things that you can use to kill a werewolf. Some silver spoons.
And a lot of these plastic forks. So,
Let's get building. You guys can use any items that you find in your kitchen. The rules of this challenge is that you can only use 20 items and that you're going to be judged on how creative your tower is, how tall it is, and how sturdy it looks. So, a few architectural basics. When you are building something, it is good to have a wide base so that the load of your tower can be spread out across the floor. So if I had something that had a small base, if I tried to build everything on top of this spoon, it's not much of a wide load for it to be spread across. Let's say I tried to build everything spread out across, and then one more chickpea. Bottom of that, this is more sturdy. So that's one hint that I'm gonna give you guys. So you guys can watch Janaya and I build our tower, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to leave my email so you guys can email me all your towers, and the most creative tower will get a prize. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, so as you guys learned earlier in the school year, there's different forces that act on an object. A force is something that applies push or pull to an object. So as you guys can think, there's forces that act on a building and a tower. So what are some of the forces you guys think act on a tower? 5 seconds to pause this video and go right down in the comments below. So some of the forces that apply to a tower are normal force, gravity, which is the force that goes downward, and tension. So what we're going to do, we're going to slide these chickpea cans underneath completely so that it's stable. We want the weight to be able to spread across the whole chickpea can. If we have half the chickpea can out, most of the pressure is going to be going to this side instead of spreading around the whole can. So we're going to make sure that it's slid all the way underneath. first take a count and see how many items we have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, so we have 5 more items to work with. These last 5 items are crucial.
Mm-hmm.
As we get closer to the top of the tower, this is where we start to narrow down. So our base is wide so that we can support all this heavy weight. And then the top is where we can get narrow because the top doesn't really have anything above it that needs to be supported. Okay, so let's see, let's get creative. What I'm going for, Janaya, is kind of an Eiffel Tower type look. So maybe if we poke some forks inside here and then stick a cup on top and call it a
You
view.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Period.
So,
Y'all heard that? Period.
periodic table of elements, go check it out.
Period. I like it, I like it.
Okay.
Okay.
So now that brings us to 16, 17, 18. Should we try to get even more risky with it? First, let's try to get this cup flat and stable. So that if we put something on top, it'll be good. So as we talked about earlier, the way gravity works is, let's say it works like just like that. That's how gravity works. So let's say that I hold something up inside the air. Gravity is going to automatically drag that object towards the center of the earth. So the scientific acceleration rate for how gravity works is 9.8 meters per second. Everything falls at that rate. So if I were to drop a piece of paper, or if I were to drop something heavy like a bowling ball, they would both hit the ground at the same time because gravity is acting on every object in the same way. Unless there's other outside forces that are stopping it from doing so. So, in order for gravity to work in our favor for this video, we're going to need to make the top of this cup flat so that when gravity acts on it, it pushes down directly on the top of the cup and it doesn't slide down. If the cup is tilted, gravity is going to drag it towards the center and the heavier side is going to make the cup fall off. So, our challenge right now is to try to get this flat so that when we put the cup on top, gravity works with us and not against us. Alright, Janaya, so for the 20th and final object, I'm thinking that we add something super heavy to the top. Does that make sense?
Heavy? No.
You're right, because if we add something super heavy to the top, that means that this super small, fragile part of the structure would have to support the whole weight of the heavy object, but it would make more sense if we put heavier stuff towards the bottom because we have these huge, heavy cans spread out across a wide load that can support it. So maybe we should add something light to the top of our project so that it can just delicately sit on top.
So bad. Yeah, like, it's hard because like I have to. We can't touch the.
I know. Okay. Our project stands at 40 inches tall. That is 3 feet 4 inches. I want to see if you guys can think of a more creative project, a taller project, and a more sturdy project. So you guys can complete this project at home. Remember that you can only use 20 items. Your project has to be creative, has to be stable, and
Last but not least, it has to be taller than ours.
alright, so you can email me that project. My email is going to be right here. And you guys can send that to me. And you guys have until this upcoming Friday to get that project to me. The winner will get a prize, so make sure you get that in to me. Leave a comment down below if you plan on doing this project. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, or you can also send that right to my email. Make sure you like,
Comment,
subscribe,
and stay tuned for our next video. Should I stand up with you or?
No.
Okay. You're holding it so sideways. I've been wanting to wear these for so long. Oh. zoom with the.
All right.
How do I know it's recording? The little, the dot at the top, the red one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That means that this small tiny part has to support.
Because you're like this small.
And today I have